Ladies and gentlemen, Marion County's 2019 Teacher of the Year is Hollie Cunningham, Westport High School.
When I was a little girl, I was an education major. So when I graduated from high school, I was articulating and sort of my concentration was going to be education. And I had this teacher, Dr. Osteen, and I said, gosh, Dr. Osteen, I really think I want to be a teacher, but I think I want to be a nurse as well. You know, the two are so intertwined in helping and educating and being empathetic and having a purpose. I don't know which one to choose. And he said, get your bachelor's in nursing, and a nurse can always teach, but a teacher cannot be a nurse. So I went to FSU and I graduated from their nursing program, and I applied to Duke University, and I was accepted to their master's program, their graduate level invasive cardiothoracic nurse practitioner. I wanted to work in one of the best cardiovascular programs in the country, and actually Ocala was one of those. Dr. Feldman started that program in 1998, and I started working with him in 2002. I still work there per diem on the weekends, so I'm still helping with the invasive procedures such as angioplasties, coronary stent placements, pre-post-op, things of that nature, educating the patients. My students absolutely love the tangibility of a situation or a story that's either happened in the past or maybe that I can express to them on Monday morning. It sort of gives them a realization of it's not just the theory that we talk about in class or the kinesthetic application in the back, but this is what is going on. So by you learning A, B, C, and D, and giving that story of what happened on the weekend, it sort of puts it together in a way that it makes them buy in or understand why they're here. The minute theory is printed, technology changes. So we will look in a textbook and like this is EKG. We'll talk about electrophysiology. The heart is what it is and the mechanics of it are a certain way and the electricality of it is a certain way. But when it comes to procedures, we'll read the book and I'll say, you know, 3 weeks ago when we were talking about this little excerpt, the book says to do this, but we noticed in the lab that doing this and this and this makes a more profound outcome. So I would definitely say in healthcare, being in industry, I get to sort of stay on top of technology. I get to talk with the physicians who have to continue their education, and it benefits my students. I literally can make in one day on call in the hospital as an invasive cardiovascular nurse, I make in one day on call what it takes me a whole week to make as a teacher. A lot of the CTE individuals that are here in industry, we can make so much more money. But I think as a whole, we are CTE teachers because we prefer to make a difference.
That's so cool.
I graduated from Bellevue. I went to Florida State to become an interior designer, and that just wasn't enough. So then I moved up to Atlanta, and I kept on making choices that were what I wanted and what I saw for my life. And you know, 2008 came and the economy took a dive, and everything that I had built up was kind of taken away really quickly. And I realized that, you know, life's not about me. And I just discovered a great joy that comes with making your life not about you. And I don't know, teaching kids is just what I feel like I was meant to do. I had no idea I could do it. Like, it was a surprise when I went to get my certification that I was eligible. And then I went on job interviews and they wanted to hire me. So I was like, okay, let's try it, let's do it. And it's been honestly my dream job. I actually was a student at Shady Hill too when I was an elementary school child. And I feel at home here. And all of the teachers who work here now have made me feel that way. It just feels like a family. It feels like coming home to a family. It was never awkward. It was always supportive. And it's just been really great.
She looks happy.
Yeah, I make it.
It's cool that you guys picked the shapes that you did.
I feel like we do a lot to take creativity out of our children at a young age. You know, there's a lot of rules they have to follow. There's a lot of times when we tell them no. And art is the place where they're free to make mistakes. And in my experience with my life, I have never learned more than when I have really messed up. And I think that it's the same thing with children. We need to teach them it's okay to make mistakes, to make a mess, to not always say no to them. Even when we know their idea won't work, we have to sort of let them go through it to make the mistake. And I think it's really hard to do that in the core subjects, math, reading, all of that, because there's so much pressure to get it right But in art, the pressure is gone, and that's what I strive for in my classroom, to take that pressure away, to let it be a safe environment where they're free to experiment and mess up and learn, because that's when we learn, is when we make mistakes.
The Construction Academy at MTI offers the students a wide variety of areas to learn the construction trade.
It's all really simple. It all comes together whenever the whole class learns it together. You barely need to tell anyone what to do. Only things that are kind of complex is measuring and just knowing what side to put what on. Like at the beginning we had a mark where we would put the joists and whatnot and all that. You think it's so complex, and you know, there's like a lot of detail that goes into it, which it does get more detailed like the more you get into it. So electrical, I know there'd be a lot of measuring, there'd be a lot of math to do in that, but whenever it comes to stuff like this, people hear 2x4 and all that stuff, and someone will think, oh, that's really simple, I know it, and then you learn the actual term, and of course it kind of knocks you off balance, but you get the hang of it.
As with all the academies at MTI, they all have their desired skill set. The Construction Academy is no different.
It's all right. It's good. Yeah.
The NCCER, or National Center for Construction Education and Research, is just one of the certifications that can be earned through the Construction Academy. The NCCER was founded in 1996 to revolutionize training for the construction industry.
Straight on in.
Along with NCCER certification, you can earn CSCS Construction Skills Certification Schemes, or CSCS wallet cards.
Just a lot of skills that are just being lost but are in like a greater demand. So if you're definitely looking for work that you could just get into, that would be fine. But if you want to do something you love, it would have to be math, really like studying design, all that stuff, because it's not just getting out there and just hammer, you build whatever, and it's really learn coordination and learn to take care of yourself, because you are responsible for your safety in an environment like this.
For students planning to attend college, the ACT and SAT tests are vitally important, as one or both will be required for admission to almost all undergraduate programs in the United States. They can also help you earn financial aid for school. Students should take the ACT and/or the SAT beginning their junior year in high school and continue to take them to improve your score. Please know that some colleges and universities superscore ACT and SAT results, meaning they take an average of your scores. So be sure to take these tests early and often. Next Friday is the registration deadline for the next SAT test on March 9th. Again, that registration deadline is next Friday, February 8th. You can visit collegeboard.org or act.org and be sure to speak with your school counselor for more information.